Today I am back with the rest part of this chapter, the content of the chapter, Journey to the End of the Earth. And that has been written by who? That has been written by Indian writer, journalist and dancer Tishani Doshi. This one is an account of journey, travelogue. We are already discussed about all these things in previous class, in last class. Today I just continued with the impact of human beings on this earth. What does Tishani Doshi felt about human beings? What she noticed, and not only she noticed, this one is the fact that we human beings, when we are arrived on this earth, we have just having responsibilities as a steward, as a manager, but we start to act like a master. We start to dominate this globe, and this one is the reason behind each and everything of geological change, just like climatic change, ecological change, the disbalance of biotic and abiotic ecospheres. So these are the content of today's chapter, Journey to the End of the Earth. When Tishani Doshi visited Antarctica, what she felt there, how she thought that we human beings are responsible behind to destroy this earth, the beauty of this globe, the beauty of this planet. How? She started to say, we human beings always thinking about ourselves. हम मानव समूह इतने स्वार्थी हैं, हमेशा अपने विषय में सोचते हैं. When we get surplus population due to our illiteracy, हमारी अशिक्षा के कारण हमारे बीच एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है. What is that problem? That problem is surplus population, अनावश्यक जनसंख्या. And when we have surplus populations, when we have extra populations, we started to think about, and our resources are very limited. In spite of this, not too much limited, that we start to destroy it. In order to fulfill our basic necessities, in order to fulfill our luxuries, in order to fulfill our comforts, we start to play with this globe, the beauty of this globe. We start to disturb the balancing natures of this globe. So, Tishani Doshi says that how and when we human beings become so selfish, it never I came to know, never the writer came to know about this. She just only says that we human beings having a very bad impact, a very negative impact on this earth. We start to be the part of the deforestations. Due to surplus population, we start to use. So the today's content is what? Impact of human beings on this globe. Human beings on this globe. On this globe. How we human beings start to be the part of the deforestation. What is the meaning of the deforestation? To cut the forest. When the forest being cut down, the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is quite disturbed. The amount of carbon dioxide due to burning of fossil fuel. Do you know what is fossil fuel? I think you all know. In order to burn more and more fossil fuels, what happened? The carbon dioxide, the amount of carbon dioxide increased in the atmosphere, and it brings what? It brings global warming. The temperatures is increasing due to the presence of excessive amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, because this balance of the coming and the going of this carbon dioxide in the oxygen is must be maintained by the plants, and that plants just having cut down by the human beings, as we are the part of the deforestation. So Tishani Doshi says that we must stop all these activities. She says that what happened when we burn more and more fossil fuel, जब हम अधिक से अधिक जीवाश्म ईंधन को जलाते हैं, और उसके जलने से क्या होता है? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का अमाउंट जो है, that increased in the atmosphere, gradually, and that brings one of the most problematic issues of present time. What's the name of that problematic issues? Global warming. Global warming. And global warming, that means why globe? That means our planet become warm due to the increasing amount of the carbon dioxide. You know what's the exact amount of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? 0.03%. These are the exact amount of the carbon dioxide. When this amount of carbon dioxide increased in the atmosphere, and that brings global warming. And due to global warming, what happened? Extreme heat, extreme warmth present in the atmosphere. This one is the threat, this one is the alarming situations of our planet that is discussed by the writer in this chapter. The most prominent problem is surplus population, and due to this surplus populations, we human beings start to use in excessive way of our sources, renewable and non-renewable resources, all of these resources, and we human beings start to burn more and more fossil fuel. And due to the burning of more and more fossil fuel, what happened? The atmosphere, the amount of carbon dioxide increased in the atmosphere, and it brings one of the most climatic change, that is what? The climate become warmer day by day. And due to its, what happened? There are different level, there are different spheres present in this atmosphere. One of them is what? One of them is ozone layer. Ozone layer. And that ozone layer protect us from UV rays. UV rays is what? अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज, जिसको हम लोग पारावैग्निक किरणें कहते हैं. और ये पारावैग्निक किरणें हम तक अगर आ जाती पहुंच जाती है तो वी सफ़र फ्रॉम अ नंबर ऑफ स्किन डिजीजेस एंड अदर प्रॉब्लम्स. एंड what's happened due to global warming? This ozone layer has been depleted due to the using of number of CFC gases. CFC, that means chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, we are using chlorofluorocarbon. Number of modern devices, modern gadgets, just as the refrigerators, AC, and others one, it emits CFC gases. And due to the presence of these CFC gases, what happened? Ozone layer has been depleted. When ozone layer का जब क्षय होना शुरू होता है, तो ये जो अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज जो है, पारावैग्निक जो किरणें हैं, वो डायरेक्टली हम तक पहुंचती है, and we suffer from skin diseases like cancers and others one. So the writer Kishani Doshi reflecting that we human beings, how we are unaware about all these things. If we are aware all these bad impacts, negative impacts, must we need to curtail these activities. We need a special control over these activities. We need a special effort to stop all these inhuman activities. Kishani Doshi wants to reflect what we need to do in coming time for our future generations. Okay, for a future prospect, what we have to do. So she just discussing about all these natures of human beings, all these harmful impact of the human being, that how due to burning of fossil fuel we make one of the most concerning problem, alarming problem, that is global warming. And the second one is the depletions of ozone layer, and due to the depletions of ozone layer, UV rays directly reach to us, and when these UV rays directly reach to us, we suffer from a number of diseases. She also says that about how all these human activities just affected the food chains of us. There are number of marine plants present in the ocean, South Ocean, okay, South land, seas, and others one. The name of those marine plant is phytoplankton. What's the name of those marine plants? Phytoplanktons. She is discussing about this plant, phytoplankton. Not only phytoplankton, but all of the plants are responsible behind photosynthesis. If plants are not before us, we never get food, because food, the real origin of the food is plant. As plants become the part, they manufacture food through the process of photosynthesis, जिसको हम क्या कहते हैं, प्रकाश संश्लेषण। ये प्रकाश संश्लेषण की जो प्रक्रियाएं हैं, ये किनके द्वारा होता है, पौधों के द्वारा होता है। She visited Antarctica, the continent, the Iceland, and that's why she is talking about what kinds of the plant. She is talking about marine plant, phytoplankton. How these phytoplankton, due to the depletions of ozone layer, due to the immense heat and the temperatures of the atmosphere, what happened? These phytoplanktons are affected. They start to die. They start to extinct. So Tishanitosi says that if all these phytoplanktons were will not present before us, how photosynthesis process took there in that southern oceans, in that part of the ocean. And if photosynthesis will not be there, then how the marine animal, the sea animal, the water animal get food? Their food chains become disturbed, become interrupted. And if those marine animals were interrupted, definitely we human beings will not get proper amount of food. So the writer, in a very good way, she says that we should take care of tiny mistakes, small mistakes, then never we will invite the big mistakes. अगर हम छोटी छोटी बातों को ध्यान देंगे तो कभी भी हमारे बीच एक बड़ी समस्याएं नहीं आ सकती है। We must be aware about our responsibilities. We must be think about how to save this globe, how to save, to destroy this planet, this ailing planet, the Earth, and how to save the pristine beauty of Antarctica. Because we human beings are or act as a creator or as a destroyer. It depends on us what kinds of the act we should do. We should act as a creator. हमें एक creator की तरह काम करनी चाहिए, एक preserver की तरह काम करनी चाहिए, ना कि एक destroyer की तरह काम करनी चाहिए. So in this chapter, dear students, we come to know about Antarctica. We come to know its geological history. If we want to know its geological history, we have to study the ice cores of the Antarctica. Through that ice cores, we come to know the reason, the origin of the Antarctica, that it becomes a part of the Gondwana and how it separate from the Gondwana. The second one, we come to know about the programs, Students on Ice, what's the purpose behind organizing that program. And the third one, and the most important part of this chapter, we come to know the impact of human beings on this earth. And what is global warming, what is the reason behind the depletions of the ozone layer, and what's the role of phytoplankton in our life, and how we should mind our small mistakes. We should stop our small mistakes in the beginning. If we should do it, if we can do it, we never invite the big threat of this globe. So in the next videos, we get through the question answer of this chapter. If you have any problem, you should discuss with me, you should share with your friends, you should just share with me with your problems, and you should mention in your comment box. Do like and subscribe. Thank you very much.